Oh, hey. Hey there. Nice of you to stop by. Sorry, that was fucking stupid. This is a cool little thing that this dude that my mother is seeing 3D printed for me. Really just wanted to show it off because I thought that it was pretty cool. Yeah. Um, I'm Sean. What's up? We're back. We're doing Deja Vu. We're making music reactions to all the lyrics and stuff like that I've written for my album. This is part number 9. And yeah, go ahead and roll the intro. Let's go ahead and jump on into it.
A Sean Childers production.
What's up? We back. So, welcome back. Obviously, you know how we do. We've done this every time, so we're gonna go ahead and jump on into it. This right here, yup, the classic, Good Kid, Mad City. That's the next album in the list of albums that is very influential into the whole making of this. Really, where I draw a lot of my inspiration from Kendrick is just in the storytelling aspect of it, man. And I don't really know that there's a better storytelling album than some of Kendrick's earlier works, like Good Kid, Mad City, and To Pimp a Butterfly. Like they're fucking phenomenal at storytelling. It's not even right. I envy it, to be honest with you. One day I hope to be as good as that at some point. But dude, just like some of the songs on there, like Black Boy Fly on the deluxe edition, or you know, what is it? Is it The Art of Peer Pressure? I think is one that's really good. Um, Man, there's just so much good stuff on that album. You guys got to check it out. You got to go give it a listen if you haven't already. I hope that you have because I know Money Trees is massive, but you know, go give it a listen. And when you go give it a listen, make sure that you get the right version of it. Damn it. Don't go getting the one with the picture of the family and all that. No, that's not the right album cover. The van is the right album cover. So, sorry, end rant. We're going to go ahead and move on and jump into Deja Vu. So, without further ado, here we go.
Deja vu circles right back to you, and I'm still not here. Still running from the truth. I'm wondering when I feel spit this all out in the booth, but my mouth's been sealed 'cause I've been troubled since my youth. I said it's deja vu circles right back to you, and I'm still not here. Still running from the truth. I'm wondering when I feel spit this all out in the booth, but my mouth's been sealed 'cause I've been trouble since my youth. During my phase where I sent text after text, I began to wonder where it was that I should go next. I was paralyzed by paradigms, either one to spare, the other time convinced myself it was gonna happen. I just gotta give it time. And baby, she'll appreciate you the harder that you try. Turned out to be a fucking lie. Made the same mistake, at least I can identify these patterns in my life, woven deep in my demise. These karmic roles that I reprise. Now I've only have to learn when it's time to let it die.
Well, that was a lot. So, all right. So I jump into this. I start off with this deja vu circles right back to you. And I'm still not healed, still running from the truth. I wonder when I'll feel spit this all out in the booth, but my mouth's been sealed because I've been troubled since my youth. So I say this twice, and the whole reason I said this was kind of to double down on the deja vu aspect of it, where deja vu is like, you've seen this before, basically. And for me, like coming off the back in the context of the album of the whole Claire situation, I mentioned in that in Cycle Continues and in Remember This that Claire reminded me a lot of just a hotter version of Ivy. So to me, I was like I was repeating the same issue, the same pattern that was ultimately fucking me over and making me very unhappy. And this was kind of the wake up call of, oh, hey, this all circles back to you. It's the same shit, just a different girl. And back to you, meaning like Ivy. And, I realized that I'm still not healed. Like, I'm still running from all this. I'm not dealing with it the right way. And I need to do what I can and spit this out in the booth, meaning like that's my way of dealing with it. So, spit it out in the booth is like, I get this shit off my chest. but my mouth's been sealed, but because I've been in trouble since my youth, basically meaning like that's a really deep bar where it's more or less me saying it's hard for me to get this out because of how I grew up, how I've lived, what I've gone about my life doing, and what I've been through in my life. It's really hard for me to get that kind of stuff out just because, I mean, it's a lot and it's very overwhelming. And I've been troubled since I was a kid, and I'm just now coming out of that pretty much. So I say it twice because I wanted it to kind of be cyclical and like show that it's coming back. And that's why the vocals are circling. If you listen to it with headphones on, you can tell they're circling. I think they're going more this way, but they're circling, and it's basically being like, hey, like it's coming back to you. It's circling around. It's a cycle. You get it. You get the point. But yeah, so during my phase where I sent that tip, man, it's been a long day. I mean, as you can see, so we're in the same shirt from Remember This. These are all recorded on the same day. So, but during my phase where I sent text after text, I began to wonder where it was that I should go next. I was paralyzed by paradigms. I didn't want to stay at any other time. Convinced myself it was going to happen. I just got to give it time. Maybe she'll appreciate you the harder that you try to turn out to be a fucking lie. Made the same mistake. At least I can identify. So, really, what I'm saying here is I was going through this phase, and the whole song "Remember This" is basically referencing "Remember You" or not, my bad, "Remember Me" by Kyle and Chance the Rapper. I'm pretty much saying here, like, I was sending text after text. I was chasing. I was going crazy. It was paralyzing. It was awful. It was not a good experience at all. Like, I had convinced myself that the harder that I tried with this, the better off I was going to be. The more effort I put in, the more I was going to get out. And that was not the case. And it turned out to be a lie. Like, I made the same mistake again. I did the same thing again. I was, definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Well, this is me realizing that I'm doing the same shit and nothing's changed. Like, yeah, I walked away from Ivy. I moved on. I've been moving on from her. But obviously, there's something else still here that I haven't dealt with that needs to be dealt with. So, I can identify these patterns woven deep in my demise, these karmic roles that I reprise, pretty much saying like these cycles that I continue to participate in consciously or unconsciously, these karmic cycles that I'm in, I keep reprising my role. I keep falling back into the same patterns and doing the same thing and being the same version of myself that I'm trying to leave and I need to leave behind in order to really grow from this. So now if only I can learn when it's time to let it die. And then we jump back into the chorus where it's like, all this stuff is happening again. So I'm pretty much just saying like I need to learn how to let this shit die and move on, not run from it, not do anything else with it. It's just time to move on. It's time to do better. It's just time to understand when enough is enough, really. So
Deja vu circles right back to you, and I'm still not here, still running from the truth. I'm wondering when I feel spit this all out in the booth, but my mouth's been sealed, cause I've been troubled since my youth. I said this deja vu circles right back to you, and I'm still not here, still running from the truth. I'm wondering when I feel spit this all out in the booth, but my mouth's been sealed, cause I've been troubled since my youth. It's time to let it die. I don't care how hot she is, she ain't worth your fucking peace of mind. And she blows up on TikTok. Now I'm stuck wondering who the fuck am I? Can't contend with fame. No, I can't contend with gain. Wondering how these outcomes ended up the same. Then I take a step back, seeing what seems to seal my eternal fate. The internal struggle, constant war of love and hate, taking a part of them and making it a part of me, which means letting go of them is letting go parts of my new identity.
so damn, I'm really kind of seeing this now. This is a like very borderline of me, funny enough. So it's time to let it die. I don't care how hot she is. She ain't worth your fucking peace of mind. She blows up on TikTok. I'm stuck wondering who the fuck am I. This is very black or white. Like this is, you know, okay, she's hot, great. I'm interested in her. Now I'm not at all. That's it. She's not worth my peace of mind. I'm out. I'm done. Then she blows up on TikTok. By the way, this is about Claire. Because this is kind of like putting a bookend to the end of the whole Claire situation and being like, okay, yeah, she's hot, and then she blows up on TikTok. Because I remember like in the Remember This video, I said she had like 200,000 followers. She ended up getting like over a million, like a couple of months after her and I stopped talking. And I was sitting there wondering, like, damn, did I fuck this up? Like, did I fumble this? I can't contend with that. I was insecure about myself because I can't contend with the fame. I can't contend with the fact that she's got so many other dudes that are probably light years ahead of me when it comes to game and where I'm at with it. And, you know, looking back on it, it's very similar to what happened with Ivy. I mean, there was more dudes that came in, took her from me, took what I, at least from my perception at the time, like there's more dudes that came in, just played the game better than what I did, and ended up with her. And I kept wondering like how these outcomes ended up the same. I take a step back, and now I'm looking into these deeper things, these deeper aspects of what it is that is going on in my life and these patterns, and I see that I'm doing a lot of things that are not healthy within myself. Like I've got this internal struggle going on inside, this black and white love and hate of, you know, I love them, I hate them, and I want to be like them because like with Ivy, I picked up the music, I picked up the tattoos, I picked up some of the music taste and whatnot from her. From Claire, like I didn't watch anime, and I went and got into Attack on Titan, and I got into Death Note, and I watched Soul Eater, which was her favorite one. Like these were all things that I was doing, taking a part of them and adding it to myself, and it wasn't the way to go. Is really what I'm getting at with this. Like I'm grateful for it. I mean, I've got a tattoo now and I love it. I've got my music and I love that. I mean, Attack on Titan and Death Note are two of my favorite shows I've ever watched. Soul Eater was solid, but aside from that, I'm grateful that I took those parts and kind of made them a part of me, but it it was really just toxic what I was doing to myself and my relationship with that because I was pretty much just making them a part of me so that I could they like that part of them. Maybe if I was the same, they would like that part of me. And it's just wasn't the move, to be honest with you. But I'm realizing and uncovering all these patterns and understanding now, like, oh, this is where I'm going wrong. So that's pretty much what that verse was about.
Deja vu circles right back to you, and I'm still not here. Still running from the truth. I'm wondering when I feel spit this all out in the booth, but my mouth's been sealed 'cause I've been troubled since my youth. I said this deja vu circles right back to you, and I'm still not here. Still running from the truth. I'm wondering when I feel spit this all out in the booth, but my mouth's been sealed 'cause I've been troubled since my youth. Handling all this stress, it got my mind in a mess. Plus, I just moved out, barely making ends, cashing these minimal checks. High as fuck, got into a T-bone wreck, went and totaled my car. Luckily, my best friend isn't dead, but left a scar on my heart. Oh yeah, and that one time I sent that nude, never been that type of dude. Or when I fell for that pyramid scheme, wanting a little more money. Yeah, so it seems we do so much for these things: money, love, and fucking wedding rings. Materialistic property that I ain't trying to have dropping me. Deja vu circles right back to you, and I'm still not here. Still running from the truth. I'm wondering when I feel spit this all out in the booth, but my mouth's been sealed 'cause I've been troubled since my youth. I said this deja vu circles right back to you, and I'm still not here. Still running from the truth. I'm wondering when I feel spit this all out in the booth, but my mouth's been sealed 'cause I've been troubled since my youth.
Okay, so one thing I want to mention before I get too deep into the lyrics. So that little salt shaker, like the listen, don't clip that, please don't. But anyway, that shaker, it's like the egg shaker, right? We so when I hang on, let me backtrack. Sorry, I'm fucking exhausted. So when I started going to schooling at Asmuth School of Music in Indianapolis, I had one of my lessons. What we had to do was recreate a song. We would go in, and I was the one that was recording it. I had a dude named Carrie who he was going in and playing everything. And the whole reason I added that salt shaker in, or that egg shaker, or whatever it is, was just kind of to pay homage to that. Because what we did was we did a cover of, what is it? Stuck in the Middle with You by, I want to say, Steely Dan. And we went in and did a cover of that, and in it we used that egg shaker just kind of to kind of just to do it. It had a cool little flavor, so I kind of threw that in there because around the time that this song was taking place contextually, around that time in 2021 was, I don't know, it was just kind of when I was, I was saving up to go to Azimuth. I was trying to save all the money that I could so that I could get in and, start my schooling there and pay that so that I could actually learn how to record and engineer and all that. So I kind of wanted this to be a homage to that time of my life where I was really working towards doing that. But lyrically, so obviously, with this cycle, I'm going through a lot of stress. So I'm handling all of it. It's got my mind in a mess. At this point in my life, so this would have been like probably September-ish of 2021. August, I had moved out to go live with some of my buddies. And I'd moved out. I didn't have really a stable, good job for the long term. I was barely making ends. I was making like 2 grand a month, and I was probably paying like a solid 1,200 a month in bills alone. So I didn't have a lot of extra money to be doing anything. So, I'm cashing all these minimal checks. I'm high. And I want to say October that year. Yeah, because it was right before Halloween. I, you know, I was, I got into a T-bone wreck and totaled my car. Um, in all honesty, if it wasn't for the safety features on that car, I probably would have killed my friend because we got, this is a wild story. So I'll probably have to put a video or a picture up here because it's an insane picture. But we were going to a Halloween party when I was 21, and I'm wearing a spicy mustard bottle costume when I totaled my car. So I get out of this car wearing a spicy mustard bottle costume. Mind you, I'm 6'2", so it's a tall ass spicy mustard bottle. I get out of this car after this Tahoe comes by at about like 55, 60 miles an hour and fucks my shit in sideways. And, you know, airbags deploy. I just, all I can remember is that because I tried to brake in the rain and I slid and then got hit. And all I can remember is I look up and I see this pole coming towards me. I'm like, oh fuck, brakes, 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 please work, because I don't want to hit a pole. We already just got hit by a damn Tahoe. Hit the brakes, get out of the car. I check on my buddy, then we get out of the car, and then I go and I talk to the dude, and we start talking. He's like about to fight me. Calm him down. We get everything moving. Somehow, all of us are totally fine. Tahoe fucking, after we get the insurance settled, it drives off like nothing happened, and my car is sitting there like, oh god, please help me. It completely totaled. And this cop looks at me and he's like, I was supposed to be the DD that night, and he looks at me and he's like, well, it kind of sucks. This was raining on your Halloween party plans. I'm like, no, I don't think you understand, man. I'm 2 houses down. I'm going to get even more fucked up than I originally planned. And he just looks at me and he's like, uh, uh, okay, all right. And we went and grabbed our party bags and full of all the shit we were planning on doing that night, grab the beer pong table out the back, and we'll walk on over to the house and go party. And then the next day, same deal. It's just at our house we had a Halloween party. Dude, college me was an animal. I don't know what the fuck I was on, but I was something else. But looking back on it at that point in time, like I'm so fucking lucky that I didn't kill my friend that night. Like, very, very easily could have. He took a Tahoe to the door at like 55 miles an hour. Um, and then this is more or less just this verse is kind of recapping all the shitty and questionable decisions that I made at this point in my life. Um, because I sent a nude at that point. I don't know if you ever had one of those situations where like a scammer or whatever fucking messages you. For me, I was like, oh, this looks realistic enough. My dumbass fell for it. Ended up sending something like that, and then I was basically put in a position where it was like, hey, give me $300, otherwise we're gonna send it to everybody. And I'm like, I'll call your bluff. You ain't gonna do that. And even if you are, like, okay, I'm not. If I give you $300, you're just gonna ask for $300 more, and I'm not doing that. I've made my bed. I guess I gotta lay in it now. And I remember I walked over to my buddy later that night, and he's got like there's like another living room pretty much in that house. And I walk over in that living room and I'm like, hey man, it's like 12 o'clock at night. I'm like, hey man, don't open up your Instagram DMs It's a picture of my dick. You want to talk about humiliating? You ever have to walk up to your friend and tell him that shit that you were on some fuck shit? Yeah, not my proudest moment. But and the funny thing is, like at that point, I'd never really been that type of dude. I was just so down bad at that point that like I was doing stupid shit. Um, I fell for a pyramid scheme at that point. Like there was this dude, Jason Capital. He uh he had this class where you would pay like $1,200, right? And when you pay, dude, I went so far out of my way to do this shit too. Like, I had a bank account with Star Bank, and Star wouldn't let me send the money to Puerto Rico, which is where he was from. And I was like, oh, well, fine, fuck Star. I'm gonna go and get a different company that'll let me do it. And I literally went into Forum and was like, hey, paying for a class, I need $1,200 out of my account to be able to send to Puerto Rico. And they're like, why the fuck are you doing that? And I'm like, because I'm paying for the damn class. Shut up, give me the fucking account. And not literally, but you get what I mean. And I pay for that class and I get into it, and it's literally nothing but like they're just doing sale pitches basically, where you pretty much just get a bunch of people from the Middle East, pay them like $2 to $3 an hour, and then you take all the profit from everything. So basically, you just get away with cheap labor. And I was in with these guys. Like I was there. The dude that was training me had like flown out personally and met Jason and everything. Like I was not in a good position right there. I was getting involved with some shit I did not need to be involved with. And pretty much what I'm saying is like, I was going after all this stupid shit and doing all this stupid shit, and like, all of that, the pyramid scheme thing was I just wanted to get rich quick. Like, wanted a little bit more money, so it seemed, and do so much for all these things, money, love, and wedding rings, like all this materialistic shit, the money, the wedding rings, the love and the status that comes with having a relationship and all that other stuff. And I was just like, man, like I don't want any of this shit dropping me. I don't want this shit stressing me out to the point where I'm fucking, losing my damn mind over it. Like it just really wasn't worth it. And I kind of realized all of those things at this point in my life, where all these cycles and all these bad behaviors and all of these negative things that have been going on in my life kind of just needed to go to the side and be left behind. I needed to kind of grow and move past all of that. So that's pretty much what this song's all about. That's really about it. There's not really too much to get into outside of that. So with all that being said, that's really all I got for this one. We'll continue this on with the last three songs of the album here before too long. And yeah, this has been real, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.
Deja vu circles right back to you when I'm still not here, still running from the truth. I'm wondering when I'll feel spit this all out in the booth, but my mouth's been sealed cause I've been troubled since my youth. I said this deja vu circles right back to you when I'm still not here, still running from the truth. I'm wondering when I'll feel spit this all out in the booth, but my mouth's been sealed cause I've been troubled since my youth.